Hello friends, welcome to Insights I Can Initiative. I really thankful for your positive feedback regarding the weekly current affairs. In today's video, we are going to discuss about one more innovative program that is about places in news. Okay, this kind of videos you can expect at least once in a month or once in a 15 days based on the number of places which appeared in the news. Okay, so this video we are going to discuss about important places which appeared in news in the month of July. As we reach to the end of the month, so in this video, we'll focus on places in news in the month of July. And tomorrow onwards, as usually, the daily issues will be discussed. And every Sunday, like yesterday I told you, every Sunday weekly current affairs will be continued. And regarding the notes, okay, so the PDF notes. Actually, it is under the process. Please bear with us for some time. So definitely the notes will be provided. I will share the Google Drive link. You can access all the PDF notes of my previous videos. Don't worry. So the notes will be provided for every 15 days period. Okay, just the work is going on. Be patient. Okay. Now, in today's video, in the places in news, we are going to cover about 9 places. Okay, from Aravalli Range to Strait of Hormuz. Now, each one we will discuss why it is in news and where it is present in the map pointing and some additional background information regarding that particular thing. So first, let us focus on the Aravalli Range. And of course, the syllabus mapping point of view, this helps in your prelims as well as mains. Mainly prelims point of view, it is very important. Not only in UPSC point of view, even if you are preparing for your state public service commissions also, this places in news is going to be pretty much helpful for you. First topic is we are going to focus on the Aravalli Range. Aravalli Range, it starts from Delhi and it goes through south of Haryana, through south of Rajasthan, and it will extend till Gujarat. Okay. And the Aravalli Range, the highest mountain peak is Mount Gurshikar. And the mountain range, one of the mountain range present in Aravalli mountain is this, Mount Abu. Okay, and some of the other mountain ranges you can find in the Aravalli mountain range. But anyhow, first we'll see why it is in news. Recently government, they proposed 7-membered Aravalli Rejuvenation Board. That means to stop illegal mining, in the Aravalli region. Of course, this illegal mining affects the biodiversity in the forest habitat, that friends. And Aravalli Range, they are the old folded mountains. You know that young folded mountains are the Himalayas. These are the old folded mountains, Aravalli. And this range, approximately, they run for almost 670 kilometers. This Aravalli Range. Like I said earlier, it starts from Delhi and it extends up to Gujarat. The highest mountain peak is Gur Shikar, around 1722 meters. Whereas Gur Shikar is a peak in the Arbuda mountains of Rajasthan. Okay, Arbuda mountains of Rajasthan. This is the Gur Shikar is the highest peak. Rivers, River Banas, River Sahibi. These are the rivers. They go and join with the Yamuna. They are tributary rivers. Apart from that, even Luni River also, which flows and it joins with the Run of Kutch. That students, Run of Kutch is a place where India and Pakistan having this dispute regarding the border. India is claiming the red line and Pakistan is claiming the green line regarding the Run of Kutch. And the important minerals present: copper, zinc, lead and marble. If you remember, students, tell me, during the Indus Valley civilization, which region in Rajasthan is very popular for copper? Which mine is very popular for copper during the Indus Valley civilization time? If you know, put your answer in the comments. Next, second places in news we are going to discuss. This is about the Tuvalu. The students, in COP27, we have seen that developing countries and island countries, they express their concern that because of the developed countries' actions, these island nations and developing nations, they are experiencing the climate change. And Tuvalu is going to be the first island country which is going to be submerged because of the increased sea levels. So now we are going to discuss about Tuvalu. It is present in the Pacific Ocean. Tuvalu, it is the island which is most likely to disappear due to rising sea levels. Okay, why the sea levels will rise? Obviously, due to the melting of glaciers. That happens because of the global warming. Global warming happens because of the increased carbon emissions. As carbon emissions are releasing, which contains the greenhouse gases, they are trapping this heat which is reflecting from the earth. You know that, students. And Tuvalu, it formerly known as Ellis Islands, and it is present in the western central Pacific Ocean. This is the place where it is present. And let's see, it is present in between the Hawaii and Australia, and the capital is Funafuti. Capital is Funafuti, Tuvalu. Okay, and the neighborhood islands include Kiribati and Fiji. These are some of the nearby islands to Tuvalu. So Tuvalu issue was mainly raised during the COP27 summit. Tell me, students, where was the COP27 summit was held, and where COP28 summit is going to be held? COP28 summit is going to be held. Actually, in COP27 summit, even we discussed about the loss and damage. Okay, loss and damage fund. And this Tuvalu is majorly consists of coral islands. You know that coral islands consist of the zooxanthellae and algae. It's the best example of the symbiosis. And Tuvalu is a member of the South Pacific Forum. South Pacific Forum is a group of countries which are present in the South Pacific region. And threats. Due to the low-lying geography and due to rising storm surges and cyclones, it is experiencing this submergence. Next, we are going to discuss about Panama Canal. This Panama Canal, actually, it connects the Pacific Ocean with the Atlantic Ocean, and it goes through Central America. Even though it was built by USA, later this administration handed over to this Panama country. Actually, this kind of narrow water body, it may be the artificial or natural, which is separating the two large land masses. It is known as isthmus. Isthmus is a narrow water body which is separating the large land masses. One more thing is, you will also see that Suez Canal, Suez Canal also best example. Okay. Of course, these are also connecting two water bodies also. See, isthmus is connecting Panama Canal is connecting the Pacific Ocean and Atlantic Ocean, whereas Suez Canal is connecting the Red Sea as well as Mediterranean Sea. Now we will see Panama Canal. Some information regarding the Panama Canal. Due to the less rainfall in the Panama region, because of that, the depth of the water are so shallow. That is the reason they are allowing less number of ships. Previously, when a water level is at reasonable level, they allowed more number of ships. Now they are limiting the number of ships. Panama Canal, it is connecting the Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean through Isthmus of Panama. Remember, it is artificial waterway. And apart from this, complementary to this was Suez Canal. If you remember, students, so during which Governor General or during which Viceroy time Suez Canal was constructed in India? If you know, just put your answer in comments. Next, as I mentioned earlier, this canal was constructed in 1914. Later, by that time in 1990s, this canal was given to the Republic of Panama in 1999. 1999 was the year when India and Pakistan, we had Kargil war, that you have to remember. Even the FEMA Act also, it was in 1999. Isthmus, as I already mentioned, the narrow strip of land which is connecting the two large land masses, okay, which is bounded by water on two sides. Isthmus of Panama, students. That means it's a very narrow strip of land, which is connecting two large land masses, and on either side you must have the water. That is known as isthmus, piece of land. Next, LOC. Why it is in news? It is in news because of the North Korea, and this LOC, it is sharing border with the China and majorly the North Korea and South Korea. It is joining with the East China Sea. Now let's see why it is in news. It is in news because recently North Korea fired a cruise missile into LOC. Okay, cruise missile and ballistic missiles, these are two different types. Generally, ballistic missiles, their range is very long compared to cruise missile. Ballistic missile, best example in India is Agni 5. whereas cruise missile is BrahMos. LOC. LOC, it is in the present in the western Pacific Ocean, and this LOC is situated between the China, that is in the western direction, and on the north, Korean Peninsula and Shandong Peninsula east, and finally Liaodong Peninsula south. This connects the Bohai Sea to the northwest. Okay, these are some of the names we are talking about. Which direction? So what is there? This, like Liaodong one way, Bohai Sea, Bohai, Bo, we can call it as. Okay. And inflow. This Yellow River gets water from very popular rivers such as Yellow River and Yangtze River. And the name of Yangtze, you might have heard about Yangtze. Chinese civilization is nearby Yangtze River. During that time, we had Indus Valley civilization, and even we used to have this, Egyptian civilization and Mesopotamia civilization. These are the contemporary civilization. Islands. Islands present in LOC, very popular one. Out of that, the largest island was Jeju Island, South Korea, and Shandong Peninsula Island under the administration of China, and Gangwa Island, South Korea. Students, climate is obviously characterized by cold and dry winters and wet and warm summers. Same like a typical this coastal climate region. Next, we are going to discuss about the Black Sea grain. Okay, Black Sea grain deal. It is in news pretty much. You know that African countries majorly depending on grain imports from Russia and Ukraine, because this Black Sea grain deal was facing a lot of difficulties. Even those countries also facing a lot of issue. Even we exported this wheat even to the Egypt also. Okay. Now let us focus here. Black Sea. Russia recently warning that ships sailing to Ukraine Black Sea ports will be as a military targets. That means any ship which is going towards the Ukraine, they will be targeted. So this Black Sea, this is present in southern Europe and bordering countries. Black Sea bordering countries. Here we will see Black Sea bordering countries. Let's see here: Ukraine and Russia, Georgia, Turkey, Bulgaria, Romania. These are the Black Sea and very popular ports. Port Odessa and Sevastopol, and Sea of Azov and Black Sea. They are connected to Kerch Straits, and Black Sea connected to Sea of Marmara. Sea of Marmara connected to Aegean Sea, and Aegean Sea further it connects to the Mediterranean Sea. Okay. Of course, here this Black Sea connected to the Mediterranean Sea through Bosphorus Strait and Dardanelles Strait. These are different states. Next, Black Sea receives water inflow mainly from which rivers? River Danube, Dnieper and Dnes. These are some of the rivers. And here one thing you have to know, the students, Black Sea, which consists of very limited amount of the oxygen, very low level of oxygen, and because of this kind of because of this kind of thing, it creating a distinct environment that is known as anoxic basin. Anox means lack of oxygen, students. Important islands present here are: largest island is Snake Island and Jerson Islands and St. Ivan Island. These are some of the islands present in the Black Sea. Especially bordering countries, you have to remember. In 2023, they ask about countries which are sharing border with the Ukraine because of the Russia-Ukraine issue. Next, we are going to discuss about Solomon Islands. Okay, Solomon Islands, which is near to Papua New Guinea. And why we are discussing? Okay, one more thing, students. Just now I told you about Tuvalu. The Solomon Islands, they made one agreement, and they are getting very close to the China. And obviously in Pacific Ocean, USA tried to improve its presence in the form of USA, India, Japan and Australia. These four countries together, they formed Quad, and very regularly they do the Malabar Navy exercise. And in terms of economic point of view, Indo-Pacific Economic Framework also. Indo-Pacific Economic Framework. Okay. So when America is trying to exert its influence, China trying to counter by spreading its influence in island nations. One such measurement was this Solomon Islands. The Solomon Islands, they signed 9 agreements. So this is a indication of China's growing influence in the island nations. These agreements is related to security one, and the key facts regarding the Solomon Islands, they are present in Oceania region, and they are situated in the southwest Pacific Ocean and approximately 2000 kilometers away from Australia, students. Capital Honiara, and this is a very mountainous region and very forest, and more than 90% of this island are ethnic Melanesians. That is the reason this part is also known as Melanesia. Okay, Melanesia. Next, we are going to discuss about, so this area, this is about the Alaska, students, Alaska Peninsula. Now we are going to discuss why it is in news. Alaska. A powerful earthquake was really struck the Alaskan Peninsula. You know that peninsula means a region which is surrounded by water on 3 directions. That is known as peninsula. Now Alaska Peninsula, it is a narrow, long strip of island, land, which is located in the southwest part of the US state of Alaska. Okay, this is about this Alaska, which is surrounded by water on 3 directions. Now we'll see, and it extended around this Alaska Peninsula around 800 kilometers into the southwest direction from the mainland of Alaska. Here you have to remember, Alaska and Alaskan Island, Alaskan Peninsula, both are different. Here you can see Alaska here, and we are talking about Alaskan Peninsula, which is surrounded by water in 3 directions. And it separates the Pacific Ocean from Bristol Bay, and it is the, Bristol Bay is the extension of the Bering Sea. It separates the Pacific Ocean from Bristol Bay. Physiography. It is generally consists of very active volcanoes, because this Pacific Ring of Fire, it touches in this region. So it is not surprising that it consists of volcanic. The volcanic Aleutian Range runs along its entire length, and the Pavlov volcano near to this peninsula, and it raised more than 8,260 feet. So this is highly active volcanic region because of the ring of Pacific fire. Peninsula, you know, that's a piece of land which is surrounded by water in 3 directions, that is known as peninsula. And the last one we are going to discuss, so this is regarding the Delhi Yamuna floods, Yamuna River, and these are some of the Yamuna River tributaries such as Chambal. Okay, even in Chambal, that illegal sand mining also, that was also one of the main issue. Court given directions to stop that illegal sand mining. Chambal, Betwa, Ken, already you know the students, Ken Betwa river interlinkage is already planning. So now let's see why Yamuna River is in news. Delhi government, recently they issued flood warning system to Haryana. As Haryana released more than 1 lakh cusecs of water into Yamuna River, from which barrage, Hirakud barrage. In this context, Yamuna River was in news. And of course, because of these heavy rains, Delhi experienced a lot of flooding from the Yamuna River. So in both ways, Yamuna River was in news. Yamuna River, also known as Jamuna, it is a major tributary of the river Ganges, Yamuna River. Okay, and the origin, it starts in the Yamunotri, Yamuna River, Ganga River, Gangotri. Okay, starts from there. Course, it travel around 1376 kilometers through major states, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh and Haryana. Near Allahabad, now its name is Prayagraj, it joins with the river Ganges. The confluence of these two is a very sacred place where every 12 years we celebrate the Kumbh Mela. One is at the Haridwar, the other one is at the, Prayagraj, the other one is the Nasik. These are very popular. The other one is the Madhya Pradesh. These are very popular Kumbh Mela places. Next, tributary. Near Dehradun, the capital city of Uttarakhand, the Yamuna is joined by its tributary Tons River. Other tributaries are Chambal River. You know the students, Chambal River, it flows from Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, and it flows to Uttar Pradesh. Chambal River, very popular for gharials. And other important tributaries are Hindon, Sarda, Giri River, and Betwa, Sindh. These are the left tributaries, and the previous ones were the right tributaries. Okay, and next one is Strait of Hormuz. Recently, Iran tried to attack two ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Strait of Hormuz. Strait of Hormuz. On one side is Iran, the other side is the Oman. Okay, and it connects. Strait of Hormuz connects Persian Gulf and Gulf of Oman. Beyond Gulf of Oman, we can have the Arabian Sea, and this is very busiest route in terms of the crude oil, and it is very strategic region also. Recently, like I said earlier, Iran attempts to seize two oil tankers near the Hormuz, Strait of Hormuz. Strait means a narrow strip of water which is connecting the two large water bodies. This is also known as Strait of Hormuz. It is connecting the Persian Gulf, like I said earlier, with the Gulf of Oman, and it separates the Iran from the Arabian Peninsula. It is one of the most strategic place regarding the crude oil. So sometimes it is also known as crude oil choke point. That means a narrow congested area. Key facts about the Gulf of Oman. This Gulf of Oman, where you can find this Gulf of Oman. Okay, it is this Gulf of Oman, also known as Gulf of Makran or Sea of Makran, and it is the entrance to the Peninsula Gulf, Persian Gulf from the Indian Ocean. Entrance to the Persian Gulf from Indian Ocean, Gulf of Oman, and entrance to Persian Gulf. It connects the Arabian Sea with the Strait of Hormuz, obviously we have seen, and bordering countries are Pakistan, Iran in the north side, UAE on the west and Oman towards the south. And the Gulf of Oman, it is about 320 kilometers wide. Its widest point is between the Cape Al-Haddad in Oman and Gwadar Bay in Iran-Pakistan border. Okay, Iran-Pakistan border here, Iran-Pakistan border, and here this is the widest region in the Gulf of Oman. Here Gwadar is a place where China is building a port as a part of the China-Pakistan economic corridor, which is a part of One Belt, One Road, which is a part of the Belt and Road Initiative. That you have to know, students. Now, yesterday's video question: which one of the following regions of India has a combination of mangrove forest, evergreen forest, and deciduous forest? Answer is Andaman Nicobar Islands. Okay, and Indian government bond yields are influenced by which of the following? Yesterday itself we have seen all the three things: US Federal Reserve, RBI action, as well as the inflation and interest rates. All these affects the yield of the Indian bonds. Okay, now we'll see today's video question. Which of the following river originates as well as ends in the territory of India? Which starts as well as ends in the territory of India? Tell me, students. Then main question, one more question. On which of the following river city of Ajmer is situated? The answer is Luni. Okay, river Luni. As we reach to the end of this video, okay, so just we'll do some quick recap. In this video, we started with the places on news. Okay, and we discussed about these 9 important places in news. And this is the detailed analysis regarding the topic of places in news.